Hello! It's a new week of the Happy Stitch project, and as you can see I've put the stitching we've done so far on this hoop into a lovely peach hoop. This shade is called Peaches. It's in my shop if you want it. And I'm going to use the DMC Blanc or white to just add some star stitches around the edge. I've wanted to do this for a little while, actually, white on white, but it's not really that colourful, is it? But I've saved it for this because I thought it would be really nice. So I've got 3 strands of the white thread. I've just tied a knot in the end. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put some star stitches around the edge here. So think about where you want to place them, and remember to start with your first stitch needs to be horizontal. Have a little look at the tutorial video just for the stitch if you haven't done that already, because it's worth going through that and having a little go. And I also show you how to add another colour in the middle for the anchor stitches if you want to just add a bit of contrast. So I've just got these first 2 stitches in. If we left it like that, that would be called a St George cross for obvious reasons. But we're going to carry on. So you could do crosses if you want, or you could do a mixture of the crosses and the stars. It's up to you. But that's just to point that out to you. That's not going to be a separate stitch in the project, but it's kind of 2 in 1 this week, sort of. Okay, so I've put those diagonal stitches in, and then now I just need to put the anchor stitches in. So I'm coming up just to the right of that vertical line there and going diagonally across just in the centre. So these anchor stitches are much smaller, they're not as long, but it's really important just to make sure that those stitches stay in place. There we go. I like that, white on white. Never done that before. Looks quite good. Quite pleased with the effect. So I'm just going to tie off at the back. And somebody asked me this week about tying off at the back. The trick is just to try and get your thread as close as you can to the fabric. And I leave my needle on actually for that reason. But I might do another video about that because I think I need to kind of do it a little bit slower. So I might try and record that this week if I get the chance. So just going to double knot at the end again, and we'll trim that extra bit off because we don't need that. Don't want that coming through. Right, let's do another one. Okay, so I'm sort of planning this out as I go along. If you followed these videos so far this year, you probably are coming to expect that from me. I tend to just go for it. What you could do if you wanted is you could draw them on. I would suggest, even though we've used a permanent pen to transfer the design so far, that was mainly because we were taking a few weeks doing it. Obviously with these stars, and particularly if you're using white on white, you don't want to see the pen through. So I would suggest something like an air erasable pen or a water erasable pen, something that you can get the marks out of afterwards, because you don't really want to see that, because otherwise we'll lose that effect of the white on white here. So just going to anchor those stitches in there. There we are. So my horizontal lines that I'm starting with for these stitches, they're about 1 centimetre. Okay, you could make them slightly bigger, you could make them slightly smaller. I have found it's a little bit fiddly with 3 strands of thread and smaller stars. If you saw the IGTV video, you'll see me doing a smaller one, and the effect isn't quite as clear. What I would suggest if you want to do them smaller is try 2 strands instead. But here we go, I've finished the hoop, ta-da! And I've also finished the back, which I have done in a previous video. Okay, you basically trim all the way around and then use a running stitch to just bring all that together at the back and then tie it at the top. There will be a little reel about this coming this week as well, so either look at some of the other videos if you haven't seen it, or look out for that on Instagram this week. And our hoop, after 3 weeks, is now finished. Yay!